Yo, what's up, guys? Your boy Dandizzy, aka the Waves ID. All my fans in the US, all my fans in Caribbean Islands, all my fans in Jamaica. Keep watching NoireTV, Waves ID. Okay, now this is Daniel of Tuotamuno Darius from River State, Opobo, in the south side of River State. And he's a rapper, songwriter, singer, performer, entertainer, spontaneous freestyler. He's a whole lot of things, but he's an amazing guy.
Alright, so let's talk about, first of all, your stage name. How do you come about your stage name?
My stage name is quite funny because I got my stage name in a very funny way. I was in JS1, so I was sleeping in class and my Igbo teacher came in and she just like, hey, wake that guy, wake Dizzy down. And it just stuck. From there, they started calling me Dandizzy. Like, it just stuck. I didn't change because everyone was calling me Dandizzy from that day on.
Okay. Alright, so let's talk about a bit from the beginning. How did you get into music?
Music. I feel like music has always been something that's been with me for all my life. All the time I knew that I was a boy or a man, something like that. So like, I always knew how to rap. I didn't listen to a lot of rap music growing up. I didn't listen to a lot of hip hop music growing up because my parents are Christians and they play a lot of gospel music. And you know, so at that time I didn't have access to like a phone or anything. So it was the music that my parents played that I listened to. But I just always knew how to rap. You know, the first time I ever listened to a rap song was in JS1 too. I heard my seniors rather, they had a rap group and they were doing rap and I loved it and I felt like, yeah, I always could do it. So I could do it from my house. So as I heard it there, I knew, oh, it was rap. So I started chasing my dream from there.
Nice. Alright, so two part question. First of all, why music? And then when did you decide it was music or nothing for you?
Why music? I think music always came easy for me. Like music is just a part of me. It's something I enjoy. Like it's the only thing that I can do comfortably without being bothered about anything else. And when I made up my mind that it was music I was going to do, it was like when I was in year one in uni, and I was on stage and everybody was just chanting my name, like the entire students were just screaming down Dandizzy, and it was like I was just a young kid. I had not dropped any song. I just did a freestyle for them, and everyone went crazy. And I just knew. I became very famous in my school, in other schools around my state. And I had not some of the schools. I had not even been there. I didn't have any song on radio, and people already knew me from all those places. So I just knew that music is my calling. I have to do this thing for life.
Nice. All right, so let's talk about. Okay, from the beginning, you started doing freestyle and stuff. What exactly was it, or what song was it that put you out there for the masses and public to know that there's something called that? What was your breakout song?
My breakout song for me was Who Goes There. When I did it, I did Who Goes There. I had like in the south side, I had like a hit first of all. When I was with a label, I had a song Egweji and it blew up in Port Harcourt. It blew up really big in Port Harcourt. And then I had another song after I left the label, Who Goes There, and it went crazy in the south. It went crazy. Everybody was just feeling it. It did crazy numbers, and I just knew that okay, this song is a song that's introduced like half of the south people about that, and of introduced them to Dandizzy and told them about the guy. And I think I had another one that's went crazy, but Who Goes There? I think Who Goes There was the song that did it for me. Who Goes There by Dandizzy.
Okay, let's talk about collaborations. So far in your career, who have you collaborated with?
I've collaborated with Bad Boy Timz, Schmurda, Black Bones, Odumodu Blvck, Jerry, K, a lot of guys. I've collaborated with Ajibos, Last Wonder Banting. Those ones are going to come out soon. And I've collaborated with the legend too that I won't want to mention. I've collaborated with Falz too on my last album. So yeah, I've collaborated with a number of people and it's been great.
Okay, so let's talk a bit about how these collaborations happen. Let's pick like one or two. Okay, let's talk about the one with Falz, the one with Odumodu Blvck, and the one with Bad Boy Timz. Let's talk about like an inside story of how this collaboration.
The one with Bad Boy Timz, we were friends. We were always hanging in the studio, and he was doing the song, and the producer just said, "This is your beat. Play on for Bad Boy Timz. So that if he give us hook, more use." So we were in the studio together. I played it for him, and he did something really crazy. Then get posed, and I did the verse, and it was because I like to record with artists in the studio. It's way better when the artists is in the studio and you're feeling them too. So the one with Falz too was the one with Falz was in his house. We're chilling, we're playing FIFA. And the producer just sent me the beat. I'm like, oh, I played it on my phone, and they said, let's go to the studio. And I did the hook, and they loved it, and they did the verse. And it was like most of my collaborations are pretty easy, because I like to once the artist is feeling your vibe and is catching the vibe that you're dropping in the studio, it's easier for everything to just go smoothly. The one with Odumodu Blvck, we're not in the studio together because it was in Abuja at that time. I did my verse, I did the hook, I sent it to him. He liked it and sent me a verse in the evening. It was crazy, and I feel like it's one of my biggest songs right now, and it was a collaboration that I wish that we did in the studio together, but it still came out great.
Yes. Okay, let's talk about your process. What's the process for a recording? Say, okay, you decided you want to work on a song or a project. What's the process like?
If I want to work on a song, I could just hear. I want to be in the studio with the producer. I want to be alone with the producer. A producer that's a sound engineer, though. I want to be alone with the producer. I just want him to be playing some things for me. I'll just be vibing. I'll be exchanging the vibes and matching the vibes until everything just clicks. I also like, if I'm working on an album, I like to be in like a house that has a studio with producers. I could just be hearing different beats, dropping different vibes, and then a couple of. So I've never used songwriters before, but I'm going to try to use songwriters for my next project. So maybe a couple of songwriters and all of that.
The freestyle thing took, a big turn, and you're just everywhere, just doing freestyles. Not like maybe you're an artist that had a songwriting, but just with the freestyles, you're just everywhere at that point in time. How did that come about? What was the exposure point for that to happen?
The freestyle.
Yes. How did the freestyle get out?
Okay, so my guy has been forcing me to just go and do street freestyle for a while. He has been telling me to just try it. I've just been ignoring him. Then one day he just dragged me to the mainland, to Ikeja City Mall, and I did one freestyle, and he went crazy. He went crazy everywhere. Like, I didn't even know it was gonna go that crazy. I just did it out of, oh, let me just do this thing. My guy said, let me just do it. And then I always knew I could do freestyles. So I knew I could do it properly, and people were enjoying it when I do it around them. But I didn't know it was gonna go crazy like that. The way it went crazy. So I started doing it for a couple of months to keep getting attraction and attention for my, my music. And I took a break, but I'm gonna be back in a couple of weeks or two.
All right. So, what's your MO for performances? Because I know I came to your show some years ago in Port Harcourt, and then it was crazy. How do you, what's your setup for performances when you're going on stage? For
performances, I just always like to be spontaneous about my performances. I don't like to overthink my performances. I just like to I don't like the idea of backstages a lot, because I like to just look at the crowd, understand the vibe that they're on, how they're reacting to the things that's going on the stage, so I can know how to deal with them. Because I feel like nobody really knows what the fans will like or what the fans will love. Everybody just speculates, So when you get there, just go with the flow, and you just be a good entertainer, A good entertainer looks at the crowd, looks at what they love doing. You try this, you try that, you find what they like doing, and you keep doing it.
Yes. Okay, let's talk about inspirations. For you, as an artist and a creative, how do you draw inspiration?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of times I draw inspiration from myself, my life, my journey, the journey I've been on, because I like to think about what's going on with me. I'm very spontaneous. I like to think about what's going on currently or what's going on with me. I draw inspiration from everything I experience. Every day I deal with people, I get inspiration. Every day I go to challenges in my life, I get inspiration. I also get inspiration from other people, but mostly myself.
Nice. Right, for collaborations, you've worked with quite a number of artists right now. Moving forward and then trying to do something else, doing a project. Who are some of the artists you have in mind to work with?
I'm not going to mention names, but I have a lot of people in mind. I have a couple of legends. I've worked with a legend that I'm about to release a song with, like in Port Harcourt. It's a Southside legend anyways. So I'm looking forward to working with a lot of people. But for me, music is something that I like to have a connection with the person I'm collaborating with, Even if it takes 4 or 5 years for me to get to connect with you, for us to have a collaboration, I can be that patient. So like, outrightly, I'm gonna say I would like a couple of people on my song, but I'll just wait to see if we have the right connection to make that kind of song or the kind of song I want to make. So I'll just wait for that time, and you have to wait to hear the people that I would love to collaborate with in the future.
How about internationally? Because I mean, Nigerians, Africans, Nigerians especially are really doing stuff with people overseas right now. Do you have anybody in mind that you might want to work with?
I know it's a bit of a stretch, but I love to work with Drake. I love to work with Nasty C. I love to work with. I think I love to work with some London rappers, maybe RD. You know, yeah, a lot more people I love to work with, but I'm not gonna say much now until when it's time.
Okay. Right, I know you do rap music. I do freestyle a lot. Is there any other factions to it? Like maybe how do you put your music, your style, your sound? Is there any?
I just make Afro pop. I make Afro hip hop. I make Afro beats sometimes too. Depends on the vibe, you know. It's just mostly the things I do is Afro. I'm not even gonna try to create another genre for myself. It's just Afro beat, Afro pop, Afro hip hop. You know, that's just what it is. I hip hop too.
Okay, so you're from PH, and PH has produced a lot of artists that are doing great right now in the industry. What's your relationship with some of these artists from Port Harcourt?
I think it's just we just have a cordial relationship. We're colleagues. Everybody just doing what they have to do, and we're from the south, and we all represent Port Harcourt in a very professional way, that we carry the city in a light that people want to know what Port Harcourt is about and what Port Harcourt feels like. So we're all cool. We're Port Harcourt people. We're brothers. Every time we link up, it's always great. There's no bad energy. So yeah, we're all cool.
Has there been any, maybe like rap beef or anything between Dandizzy and any artists?
Not really right now.
Okay, before now?
Not really. None.
NoireTV, showing on Verizon Fios channel 269, Optimum channel 1100, and on Digicel. Or on our website www.noiretv.com, or download the app from the App Store or Play Store.